Have you ever paused to reflect on how powerful your thoughts really are? Most of us go through life without realizing that the way we think shapes our reality. Every decision, every reaction, every goal we pursue, it all begins in the mind. Your thoughts aren't just random mental chatter. They're the foundation of your life's experiences. That's the big idea behind today's episode. You become what you think. Imagine your mind as a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant, whether positive or negative, will eventually grow. If you constantly focus on fear, doubt, and failure, that's what will dominate your life. But if you choose to nurture thoughts of confidence, growth, and success, you'll start to see those qualities manifest in everything you do. The beauty of this concept is that it places the power in your hands. You get to choose what seeds you plant, and with consistent effort, you can transform your inner world, and in turn, your outer world. In this episode, we're diving into 11 powerful steps that will help you harness the power of your thoughts, break free from negative patterns, and build a life driven by clarity, purpose, and abundance. Whether it's understanding how your subconscious mind shapes your actions, practicing gratitude to attract positivity, or learning to let go of what no longer serves you, each of these steps is designed to give you the tools to take control of your mental landscape. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical strategies to start shifting your mindset and transforming your life. This isn't about quick fixes or empty promises. It's about real, lasting change that begins with how you think. So, if you're ready to take charge of your thoughts and unlock your potential, let's get started. Your transformation begins now. 1. Harnessing the power of your thoughts. You wake up in the morning, and the first thought that crosses your mind is, "It's going to be a terrible day." Without realizing it, that single thought sets the tone for everything that follows. Traffic on your way to work feels worse. Simple tasks at the office seem harder, and even minor inconveniences feel overwhelming. Now, picture a different scenario. You wake up and think, "Today, I'm ready to make the best of whatever comes my way." With that mindset, you're more likely to stay calm in traffic, handle challenges with a clearer mind, and notice small wins throughout the day. The events of the day might be the same, but the way you experience them changes entirely, because your thoughts shaped your perspective. This simple shift in thinking demonstrates a powerful truth. Your thoughts influence how you feel and act, and over time, those actions create your reality. When your thoughts are focused, constructive, and aligned with your goals, you take better actions and open yourself up to opportunities. On the other hand, when your mind is filled with doubt or negativity, it's harder to take initiative or persevere when things get tough. Imagine you've been thinking about starting a new fitness routine. If your inner dialogue sounds like, "I've failed at this before, I'm just not cut out for it," you're likely to procrastinate or quit after the first setback. But if you tell yourself, "This time I'll focus on small, consistent steps," you're far more likely to stick with it. Your mindset directly affects your level of commitment and the results you achieve. The key to harnessing the power of your thoughts is awareness. Pay attention to what's happening in your mind. Are your thoughts helping you or holding you back? When you catch yourself thinking negatively, don't fight it. Instead, gently reframe it into something more useful. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," try telling yourself, "I'm learning and improving every day." This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about shifting your focus to what empowers you rather than what limits you. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The more you nurture thoughts that support your growth, the more your actions will align with those thoughts, and the more positive results you'll see in your life. Here's something you can try right now. Think about a negative thought that's been recurring in your mind lately. Ask yourself, is this thought useful? If it's not, take a moment to reframe it into something that encourages you to move forward. Small mental shifts like this might not seem like much at first, but over time, they build momentum and lead to lasting transformation. 2. Identifying and overcoming negative thought patterns. You're in the middle of a challenging task, and suddenly a thought pops into your head. I'm not good at this. What if I mess it up? That thought, if left unchecked, can spiral into a loop of doubt and hesitation, making it even harder to finish what you started. Over time, recurring negative thoughts like this form a pattern, a mental habit, that shapes how you approach not just one task, but life in general. These negative thought patterns are like invisible barriers. They don't just hold you back in the moment, they reinforce limiting beliefs about yourself. When you repeatedly tell yourself things like, "I'll never succeed," or "I always mess things up," your brain starts to believe them, and as a result, you act in ways that confirm those beliefs, creating a self-fulfilling cycle that's hard to break. The first step to overcoming these patterns is awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of, so start by paying attention to the thoughts that arise in challenging situations. Notice when your mind defaults to negativity or self-doubt. Don't judge yourself, just observe. The goal isn't to suppress negative thoughts, but to recognize them for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. Once you've identified a negative thought pattern, the next step is challenging it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? More often than not, you'll find that it's an exaggerated or irrational fear. Let's say you're thinking, "I always fail at new things." Is that 100% true? Probably not. You've likely succeeded at many things in the past, even if it didn't feel significant at the time. By questioning the validity of your thoughts, you weaken their grip on your mind. After challenging a negative thought, it's time to replace it with a more empowering one. This doesn't mean forcing fake positivity. It's about finding a thought that's realistic but helpful. For example, instead of "I always fail," you might tell yourself, "I've faced challenges before, and I can handle this one too." The goal is to shift your mindset from defeat to possibility. Here's a practical exercise you can try. The next time you catch yourself stuck in a negative thought loop, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and write down the thought that's bothering you. Then ask yourself, what's a more balanced way to view this situation? You'll often find that simply putting your thoughts on paper helps reduce their emotional intensity and makes it easier to reframe them. The Stoics believed in the power of perspective. Epictetus taught that while we can't control external events, we can control how we interpret them. He said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." In other words, it's not the situation itself that causes stress or doubt, it's how we think about it. By learning to identify and reframe negative thought patterns, you're not just improving your focus, you're reclaiming control over your mind. Remember, changing your thought patterns is a process. It won't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you'll start to notice a shift. You'll feel less weighed down by negativity, more confident in your abilities, and better equipped to handle challenges. Ask yourself, what's one negative thought pattern I can start challenging today? Start small, pick one thought, reframe it, and see how it changes the way you feel and act. Over time, this simple habit can lead to a more positive, empowered mindset that helps you navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. 3. Building positive mental habits with affirmations. Imagine waking up every morning and immediately thinking, "I'm not ready for today. I'm too tired, too stressed, and everything is going to go wrong." Without realizing it, those first few thoughts set the tone for your entire day. You approach tasks with hesitation, expect problems before they happen, and feel mentally drained before you've even started. Now imagine a different start. You wake up, and the first thought you plant in your mind is, "I'm capable of handling whatever comes my way today." Suddenly, you're more likely to approach the day with a sense of confidence and calm, even if challenges arise. This is the power of affirmations, simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reprogram your mind. Affirmations work because your brain listens to the messages you feed it. When you consistently tell yourself positive things, you begin to believe them, and that belief shapes how you act. Just as negative thought patterns can hold you back, positive mental habits can propel you forward by shifting your mindset in a constructive direction. Building positive mental habits starts with choosing affirmations that feel authentic to you. It's important to avoid overly unrealistic statements like, "I'm perfect and nothing ever goes wrong." Your brain won't buy it, and it'll feel forced. Instead, focus on affirmations that acknowledge your strengths and your capacity for growth. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never fail," try something like, "I'm capable of learning from any setback and growing stronger." The key to making affirmations effective is consistency. Your mind is like a muscle. It strengthens with repeated practice. Start by picking 1 or 2 affirmations that resonate with you and repeat them daily, either in the morning, before a challenging task, or whenever you feel self-doubt creeping in. You can say them out loud, write them down, or even set reminders on your phone to reinforce them throughout the day. Here's a practical way to integrate affirmations into your routine. Each morning, before you check your phone or start your day, take a moment to repeat a few positive affirmations. You might say something like, "I'm resilient, capable, and ready to tackle today's challenges." Or, "Every small step I take brings me closer to my goals." It may feel awkward at first, but over time, this practice creates a mental foundation of confidence and positivity. There's also a fascinating scientific angle to affirmations. Studies have shown that repeating positive statements activates the brain's reward system, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine. This not only improves your mood, but also increases your motivation to take action. In essence, affirmations aren't just about thinking positively. They create a real, measurable impact on your brain's ability to stay focused and driven. The Stoics also emphasized the power of self-talk. Seneca once wrote, "A man's mind is like a garden. It will grow what you plant in it." If you consistently plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you plant seeds of confidence, resilience, and possibility, you'll cultivate a mindset that supports your success. Building positive mental habits doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what empowers you rather than what limits you. Over time, these small mental shifts compound, leading to a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, affirmations are tools. They won't work unless you do. But when used consistently, they can help you create a mindset that's not only more positive, but also more capable of navigating life's inevitable ups and downs. So, the next time you catch yourself stuck in a loop of negative thinking, pause, take a breath, and remind yourself of an affirmation that brings you back to a place of possibility and strength. That small habit, repeated over time, can transform the way you think and ultimately, the way you live. 4. Exploring the subconscious and mind-body connection. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts when you're stressed or anxious? Your heart races, your muscles tense up, and your breathing becomes shallow. This happens because your mind and body are deeply connected. What you think and feel mentally manifests physically. But this connection goes both ways. Just as your thoughts affect your body, the state of your body can influence your mind. And most of this process happens beneath your conscious awareness, in the realm of the subconscious mind. The subconscious is like the operating system of your mind. It controls many of your automatic behaviors, emotional reactions, and even physical responses. Think of it as a massive storage unit holding all your past experiences, beliefs, and patterns. When you repeatedly think a certain way or react to situations in a specific manner, those patterns get stored in your subconscious, becoming habits that influence how you act and feel, often without you realizing it. For example, if you've spent years telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," that belief becomes embedded in your subconscious. Even when you consciously try to think positively, that old pattern might surface as self-doubt or hesitation, affecting your confidence and focus. This is why many people struggle to break free from limiting beliefs. They're not just battling conscious thoughts, but deeply ingrained subconscious patterns. So, how can you start working with your subconscious mind to create positive change? One powerful approach is through mind-body practices that calm your nervous system and help rewire those subconscious patterns. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and meditation can help quiet your mind and bring you into the present moment, reducing stress and giving you greater control over your thoughts. Let's break this down with a simple practice you can try right now. The next time you feel overwhelmed or stuck in a loop of negative thinking, pause and take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this a few times. This practice activates your body's parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the stress response and helps bring your mind back to a state of balance. Another way to influence your subconscious is through visualization. When you vividly imagine a positive outcome, your brain starts to create neural pathways that reinforce that possibility. Over time, these mental rehearsals can help reprogram your subconscious to support the goals you're working toward. Olympic athletes, for example, often use visualization to mentally rehearse their performances, because it helps improve their actual performance by strengthening those neural pathways. There's also a growing body of research showing how physical movement can improve mental clarity and emotional well-being. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or even a simple walk outdoors help bridge the mind-body connection by calming your mind and releasing tension from your body. When your body feels better, your mind becomes clearer, making it easier to focus and make better decisions. The Stoics, though they didn't have modern neuroscience, understood the importance of this connection. They believed that mastering your mind meant also mastering your body. Epictetus taught that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond, mentally, emotionally, and physically. By taking care of your body and learning to calm your mind, you give yourself the best chance to respond to life's challenges with clarity and strength. Start by incorporating small mind-body practices into your daily routine. It could be as simple as a 5-minute breathing exercise, a short walk during a break, or a mindful moment where you pause and check in with how you're feeling. These small habits, when practiced consistently, help you build a stronger connection between your mind and body, making it easier to stay present, reduce stress, and focus on what truly matters. Transformation isn't just about changing how you think. It's about creating harmony between your mind and body. When both are in balance, you're not only more focused, but also more resilient, more at peace, and better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. 5. Mindfulness, meditation, and present focus. Have you ever caught yourself worrying about something that hasn't happened yet, or replaying a past mistake over and over in your head? This is what the mind tends to do. It either gets stuck in the past or jumps ahead into the future, making it incredibly difficult to focus on what's happening right now. That's where mindfulness and meditation come in. These practices are designed to help you train your mind to stay in the present, which is the only place where real focus and clarity can exist. When your mind is scattered between past regrets and future anxieties, it's like having too many tabs open on a computer. Each tab drains a little bit of your mental energy until, eventually, your brain slows down and struggles to function properly. Mindfulness helps you close those unnecessary tabs by bringing your attention back to the present moment, where your mental resources are best spent. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's simple to practice. You don't need any special tools or a lot of time to get started. A great way to begin is by practicing mindful breathing. The next time you find your mind wandering, pause and take a few slow, deep breaths. Pay close attention to the sensation of the air entering your nose, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. This simple act of focusing on your breath brings you back to the present and quiets the noise in your mind. Another powerful technique is body scanning. This involves directing your attention to different parts of your body, starting from your head and moving down to your toes. As you do this, notice any tension or discomfort and simply observe it without judgment. Body scanning not only helps calm your mind, but also strengthens the mind-body connection, making it easier to stay present throughout the day. Meditation takes mindfulness a step further by training your mind to sustain focus for longer periods. Contrary to popular belief, meditation isn't about emptying your mind. It's about learning to observe your thoughts without getting carried away by them. Even a 5 or 10-minute meditation session can help reset your mind, reduce stress, and improve your ability to concentrate on tasks. Scientific research backs this up. Studies have shown that regular meditation increases gray matter density in parts of the brain associated with attention and emotional regulation. This means that with consistent practice, meditation can literally rewire your brain to become better at focusing and staying calm under pressure. In Stoic philosophy, the idea of being present is central to living a good life. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from focusing on what you can control, which is always found in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." By anchoring yourself in the here and now, you free your mind from unnecessary distractions and create space for clear thinking and intentional action. If mindfulness and meditation feel overwhelming at first, start small. You don't need to sit in silence for hours. Just take a few minutes each day to practice being fully present. Whether it's during your morning coffee, while walking to work, or before bed, these moments of mindful awareness help you develop a habit of present focus. Over time, you'll notice that your mind feels less cluttered, your stress levels decrease, and it becomes easier to stay engaged in whatever you're doing. Ask yourself, how often am I truly present in my life? If the answer is not often, don't worry. Start today by taking a single mindful breath and bringing your attention back to the moment. Remember, focus isn't something that happens by accident. It's a skill you can cultivate. And mindfulness is one of the best tools to help you do just that. 6. Empowering your growth and empowered mindset. Imagine facing a setback. A project you worked hard on didn't succeed, or you didn't get the result you wanted. In that moment, your mindset determines how you'll move forward. You can either think, "This always happens to me, I'll never get it right." Or you can tell yourself, "This didn't work out, but I learned something and I'll do better next time." The difference between the two responses lies in your mindset, whether it's fixed or focused on growth. A fixed mindset assumes that your abilities are static, that you either have what it takes or you don't. When something goes wrong, people with a fixed mindset tend to give up quickly, believing that failure defines them. On the other hand, an empowered, growth-oriented mindset believes that skills and abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. With this mindset, failure becomes feedback, a way to learn and grow. Developing an empowered mindset starts with reframing how you view challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, start seeing them as opportunities for growth. For example, if you struggle with public speaking, a fixed mindset might say, "I'm just not good at this, I should avoid it." But a growth mindset would say, "I may not be great now, but if I practice, I'll get better." This shift in thinking opens the door to improvement and, ultimately, greater success. One practical way to cultivate a growth mindset is by adopting what psychologists call the power of yet. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," add the word yet to the end of the sentence. "I can't do this yet." This simple addition reminds you that growth is possible with time and effort. It turns what feels like a permanent limitation into a temporary challenge that can be overcome. Another important aspect of an empowered mindset is learning to celebrate progress, no matter how small. Too often, people focus only on the end goal, which can make the journey feel overwhelming. By acknowledging and celebrating small wins along the way, whether it's completing a difficult task or simply showing up consistently, you build momentum and reinforce the belief that you're capable of growth. Stoic philosophy echoes this idea of constant self-improvement. Seneca taught that while perfection may be unattainable, progress is always possible. He said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This reminds us that personal growth isn't about arriving at a destination. It's about continuously evolving, learning, and becoming a better version of yourself. Another key component of an empowered mindset is self-compassion. Growth doesn't happen in a straight line. You'll have good days and bad days, moments of progress and moments of struggle. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to be hard on yourself, but this only makes it harder to keep moving forward. Instead, practice being kind to yourself. Treat setbacks as part of the process, not a sign that you've failed. Ask yourself, how can I view today's challenges as opportunities for growth? The next time you face something difficult, pause and remind yourself that every effort you make, every small improvement, is part of building a stronger, more empowered mindset. Over time, you'll find that this shift in thinking not only helps you grow, but also gives you the resilience to keep going, no matter what life throws your way. Remember, an empowered mindset isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate, one thought, one action, and one small win at a time. Keep showing up, keep learning, and trust that with each step forward, You're becoming the person you were meant to be. 7. Letting go and reframing challenges. Think back to a time when something didn't go your way. A missed opportunity, a failed attempt, or an unexpected setback. How did you react? Did you get stuck replaying the event in your mind, wishing things had gone differently? If so, you're not alone. Holding on to frustration or regret is a common reaction, but it often leads to mental clutter and prevents you from moving forward. The ability to let go and reframe challenges is a key skill for maintaining focus and fostering personal growth. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. It means accepting what's beyond your control and shifting your focus toward what you can learn from the situation. When you hold on to negative emotions, whether it's anger, disappointment, or regret, you're using up mental energy that could be directed toward finding solutions or taking productive actions. Imagine you've been working on a project for weeks, only to have it fall through at the last minute. It's natural to feel upset, but staying stuck in that frustration doesn't help. Instead, take a step back and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe it's a lesson about planning, communication, or resilience. By reframing the challenge as an opportunity for growth, you transform what feels like a failure into a stepping stone toward future success. A helpful strategy for letting go is practicing perspective shifting. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? Most of the time, you'll realize that what feels overwhelming now will fade with time. This simple question helps you detach emotionally and see the situation more objectively. Another technique is gratitude reframing. Even in the face of setbacks, there's often something to be grateful for, a lesson learned, an unexpected opportunity, or simply the fact that you tried. Shifting your focus to what you gained rather than what you lost helps you maintain a positive outlook and keeps you motivated to keep moving forward. The Stoics were masters of reframing challenges. Epictetus taught that while you can't control external events, you can control how you interpret them. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This philosophy encourages us to see obstacles as opportunities to practice strength, patience, and wisdom. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "How can I grow from this?" Letting go also involves releasing the need for perfection. Many people get stuck because they want everything to be just right before they move forward. But perfection is an illusion. It's better to take imperfect action than to remain paralyzed by overthinking. Progress comes from learning as you go, not from waiting for the perfect moment. Here's a simple exercise to help you practice letting go. The next time you face a setback, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Then, write down the situation and ask yourself 2 questions. 1. What's one thing I can learn from this? 2. What's one small step I can take to move forward? This process helps you shift from frustration to action, turning a negative experience into a productive one. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to right now that's no longer serving me? Whether it's regret, fear, or self-doubt, take a moment to acknowledge it, then consciously choose to let it go. By practicing this regularly, you'll free up mental space, reduce stress, and build a mindset that's ready to embrace whatever comes your way. Remember, letting go isn't about giving up. It's about freeing yourself from what's holding you back so you can focus on what lies ahead. Challenges will always be part of life, but how you choose to respond to them is what shapes your future. 8. Gratitude and positive surroundings. Picture this. You wake up feeling a little off, maybe because of an overwhelming to-do list or a recent setback. Then, a friend or colleague gives you a small compliment or offers a helping hand, and suddenly, your mood shifts. This is the power of gratitude and positive surroundings, small things that can have a big impact on your mindset, energy, and focus. When life feels difficult or when challenges pile up, it's easy to get stuck in a loop of negative thinking. In those moments, practicing gratitude can be a game changer. Gratitude isn't about ignoring problems. It's about shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's already good. This simple shift rewires your brain to notice positive things more often, which in turn helps you feel more motivated, resilient, and able to focus on what truly matters. Scientific studies back this up. People who regularly practice gratitude report lower levels of stress and anxiety, improved mental clarity, and better overall well-being. Gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and serotonin, which are chemicals associated with happiness and motivation. When you feel better, it becomes easier to stay focused and productive. One easy way to start practicing gratitude is through a daily gratitude journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. They could be something as simple as a nice meal, a supportive friend, or completing a task you've been putting off. Over time, this habit trains your brain to notice and appreciate the positive moments in your life, even on tough days. In addition to practicing gratitude, surrounding yourself with positive people and environments plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. Think about the people you interact with most. Are they supportive, encouraging, and uplifting, or do they drain your energy with constant negativity? The people and environments you engage with regularly influence your mood, thoughts, and even your ability to focus. If you find yourself surrounded by negativity, start seeking out relationships and spaces that uplift you. This doesn't mean you have to cut off everyone who's having a bad day. It's about being intentional with your energy. Spend more time with people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who make you feel good about yourself. Similarly, create a physical environment that promotes positivity. Keep your workspace clean. Add things that make you happy, like photos or plants, and minimize clutter and distractions. The Stoics understood the power of gratitude and environment in shaping one's mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Practicing gratitude helps you take control of your perspective, while positive surroundings provide the right support for maintaining that mindset. Here's something you can try. The next time you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, pause for a moment and think of one thing, just one, that you're genuinely grateful for. It could be something as simple as having a roof over your head or a conversation you enjoyed earlier in the day. Notice how that small moment of gratitude shifts your mood and energy. Ask yourself, am I focusing more on what's going wrong or what's going right? If it's the former, take a moment to practice gratitude. And if you feel stuck in a negative environment, consider what small changes you can make to create a more positive space, whether it's spending more time with supportive people or reorganizing your surroundings. Remember, gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a practice. And positive surroundings aren't just about where you are, they're about who you choose to engage with and what energy you allow into your life. By cultivating both, you give yourself the best chance to stay focused, motivated, and ready to take on life's challenges. 9. Commitment to consistent change. Have you ever set a big goal only to find yourself giving up after a few days or weeks because progress felt too slow? This is a common experience. Many people expect change to happen quickly, and when it doesn't, they lose motivation. But real transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires commitment to consistent small changes over time. Think of consistent change like compounding interest. Just as small, regular investments grow exponentially in a savings account, small daily actions accumulate to create significant personal growth. Whether it's building a new habit, learning a skill, or improving your mindset, the key is consistency, not intensity. You don't have to make massive leaps every day. You just have to keep showing up. Let's say you want to start a morning routine that includes meditation. Many people begin with the intention of meditating for 30 minutes every morning, but after a few days, they feel overwhelmed and quit. Instead, imagine starting with just 2 minutes of meditation a day. That's manageable, right? Over time, those 2 minutes can grow into 5, then 10, until eventually you've built a sustainable habit without the pressure of perfection. The biggest obstacle to consistent change is often the all-or-nothing mindset, the belief that if you can't do something perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. This mindset leads to frustration and burnout because it creates unrealistic expectations. The truth is, imperfect action is better than no action. Even if you can only make a little progress today, it's still progress. One strategy to maintain consistency is habit tracking. Create a simple checklist for the habits or actions you want to build, and mark each day you complete them. Seeing those small wins accumulate creates a sense of momentum and reinforces your commitment. On days when you feel unmotivated, remind yourself that doing something, no matter how small, is better than doing nothing. Consistency doesn't mean never taking breaks. It means sticking to your path, even when things get tough. There will be days when life gets in the way, when you feel tired or unmotivated. That's normal. What matters is that you don't let those moments derail your long-term commitment. Miss a day if you have to, but get back on track the next day. As the saying goes, consistency is not about being perfect, it's about never giving up. In Stoic philosophy, consistency is tied to discipline and perseverance. Epictetus taught that we should focus on progress rather than perfection. He said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This reminds us that growth is a process. It starts with a clear intention, followed by consistent effort, day after day. Here's a practical exercise. Think of one small change you want to make in your life. Break it down into the simplest possible action you can take today. Commit to doing that one thing consistently for the next week, no matter how small it feels. By focusing on small, manageable steps, you build the habit of consistency, which ultimately leads to bigger results over time. Ask yourself, am I being consistent in the areas that matter most to me? If not, don't try to change everything at once. Start with one habit, one action, and focus on doing it consistently. Over time, you'll be amazed at how far those small daily efforts can take you. Remember, lasting change isn't about quick fixes or big leaps. It's about showing up every day and committing to the process, no matter how slow it feels. Stay patient, stay consistent, and trust that those small steps will eventually lead to big transformations. 10. Balancing life and sharing your journey. In the pursuit of personal growth, it's easy to get caught up in one area of life while neglecting others. Maybe you focus heavily on your career and end up feeling disconnected from your personal life, or you devote so much time to self-improvement that you forget to enjoy the process. True transformation comes not just from working hard, but from finding balance. Balancing work and rest, effort and reflection, self-focus and connection with others. When life feels out of balance, it's like trying to ride a bike with uneven tires. No matter how hard you pedal, the ride feels bumpy and unstable. Achieving balance doesn't mean giving equal time to every part of your life all the time. Instead, it's about knowing when to shift your focus and ensuring that no area is neglected for too long. This kind of balance helps you stay grounded, maintain your mental and emotional well-being, and continue growing in a sustainable way. Start by identifying the key areas of your life that matter most: career, personal growth, relationships, health, and leisure. Ask yourself, am I giving enough attention to each of these areas? If you notice that one area has been neglected, think about small adjustments you can make to restore balance. It could be as simple as setting aside time each week to connect with loved ones, prioritizing rest when you feel burned out, or scheduling time for hobbies that bring you joy. Another important part of balancing life is sharing your journey with others. Personal growth isn't meant to be a solitary process. When you share your experiences, whether it's your wins, your struggles, or the lessons you've learned, you not only deepen your own understanding, but also inspire and support those around you. It creates a sense of connection and reminds you that you're not alone in your journey. Sharing your journey doesn't have to mean broadcasting everything on social media. It can be as simple as having an honest conversation with a friend or joining a group of like-minded people who are also working on personal growth. These interactions help you gain new perspectives, build a support network, and stay motivated when things get tough. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of balance and community. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings no benefit to the bee." This reminds us that personal success and fulfillment are deeply tied to the well-being of those around us. By finding balance in your own life and sharing your journey with others, you contribute to a greater sense of purpose and connection. Here's a simple exercise to help you start finding balance. At the end of each week, take a few minutes to reflect on how you spent your time. Ask yourself, 1. Which areas of my life got most of my attention? 2. Which areas did I neglect? 3. What's one small adjustment I can make next week to restore balance? This practice helps you stay mindful of how you're spending your energy and ensures that you're growing in a way that feels sustainable and fulfilling. Ask yourself, am I living a balanced life, or am I too focused on one area at the expense of others? If you feel off balance, remember that it's okay. You don't have to fix everything at once. Start by making one small change, whether it's spending more time with loved ones, prioritizing rest, or simply enjoying the present moment. Remember, personal growth isn't just about working hard. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful, balanced, and connected. By finding that balance and sharing your experiences with others, you not only grow as an individual, but also contribute to a world that's a little more supportive, understanding, and inspired. 11th, manifesting abundance and prosperity. When people hear the word abundance, they often think of wealth or material success. But true abundance is much broader. It's about feeling rich in all areas of life: opportunities, relationships, experiences, and personal growth. Manifesting abundance doesn't mean sitting back and hoping for good things to happen. It means cultivating a mindset that helps you recognize and create opportunities, even in challenging situations. Imagine two people facing the same situation. Both have similar skills, but one sees only obstacles, while the other sees possibilities. The difference lies in mindset. The person with an abundance mindset believes that there are always opportunities to grow, improve, and succeed, even when things don't go as planned. This mindset isn't about blind optimism. It's about being open to possibilities and trusting that consistent effort leads to positive outcomes. Manifesting abundance starts with shifting your focus from scarcity to possibility. The scarcity mindset is the belief that there's never enough time, money, success, or opportunities. This kind of thinking can lead to fear, jealousy, and hesitation. On the other hand, an abundance mindset recognizes that while resources may be limited, opportunities are not. By focusing on what you can do and what you already have, you cultivate a sense of possibility and gratitude, which naturally attracts more positive outcomes. One practical way to start manifesting abundance is by practicing gratitude daily. When you regularly acknowledge the good things in your life, no matter how small, you train your brain to notice more of what's working. This doesn't just make you feel better, it helps you approach challenges with a clearer, more optimistic mindset. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never have enough time to finish this project," shift to, "What's one thing I can do right now with the time I have?" This small change in perspective can have a huge impact on your ability to stay motivated and productive. Another strategy is to set clear intentions for what you want to create in your life. Unlike vague wishes, intentions are focused, actionable, and tied to your values. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," you might set an intention like, "I want to grow my skills in a way that helps me contribute meaningfully to my work." This kind of clarity helps you take purposeful actions, which over time leads to greater abundance. In Stoic philosophy, abundance isn't measured by wealth, but by how you perceive and use what you have. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." This teaches us that abundance begins in the mind. It's about appreciating what's already present while working toward what's possible. When you shift your focus from craving what you lack to creating with what you have, you naturally attract more opportunities and success. Here's something you can do today. Take a moment to write down 3 things you already have that make you feel abundant. Whether it's supportive relationships, skills you've developed, or simple comforts like a safe place to live. Then, write down one area where you want to create more abundance, along with one small action you can take to move toward that goal. This practice helps you balance gratitude for the present with intention for the future. Ask yourself, am I focusing on what's missing, or am I creating with what I have? By shifting your focus to abundance, you free yourself from fear and limitation. You start seeing challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and small wins as stepping stones to greater prosperity. Remember, abundance isn't about what you acquire, it's about what you create. By cultivating an abundance mindset, practicing gratitude, and setting clear intentions, you empower yourself to see possibilities where others see limitations. And with consistent effort, those possibilities can become your new reality. Manifesting abundance is less about luck and more about mindset, because when you believe in abundance, you start acting in ways that attract it, and over time, your life begins to reflect that belief. Your thoughts are more powerful than you realize. They shape your mindset, your actions, and ultimately, your life. Throughout this episode, we explored 11 essential strategies to help you harness the power of your mind, break free from negative patterns, and cultivate a mindset that drives positive change. From reframing challenges and building positive mental habits, to practicing gratitude and committing to consistent change, Each step is designed to help you take control of your thoughts and create a life of purpose, growth, and abundance. The journey of transforming your life begins with small, intentional steps. It's not about perfection or making dramatic changes overnight. It's about showing up every day with a willingness to learn, grow, and improve. Remember, it's okay to face setbacks, to feel stuck at times, or to move forward slowly. What matters is that you keep going, keep adjusting, and keep believing in your ability to create a better future for yourself. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The power to change your life is already within you. By changing the way you think, you change the way you see the world, and when your perspective changes, your reality follows. So, what's one small action you can take today to start applying what you've learned? Maybe it's starting a gratitude journal, practicing a short meditation, or simply letting go of a negative thought that's been holding you back. Whatever it is, commit to it and take that first step toward becoming the person you want to be. Thank you for listening. If you found this episode helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for more insights and strategies to help you live your best life. Until then, keep challenging yourself, keep growing, and remember, you become what you think.